Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. And if you guys are new here, welcome. And today I'm going to do a sit-down interview with Reggy B from Drag Race Holland Season 2. I'm going to talk about everything from the show, her experiences, the contestants and the queens on the show, the drama and everything in between, and of course, your guys' subscriber questions that you guys left for her, as well as new music that is dropping out today that Reggy B is coming out with. So make sure you guys tune in for that, and make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload. Also, big, huge shout outs to my new Patreon members, which I'm going to list right here. Shout outs to you guys for all the love and support. And if you guys aren't following my Patreon, you will be getting the full reaction and also watching the full video, the full episode of Drag Race US, Drag Race Holland, and coming up, Drag Race UK. So it's going to be definitely worth it, because if you aren't following my Patreon, you're only getting half of the story. So with that being said, let's get straight into this interview with Miss Reggy B. First and foremost, Miss Reggy B, thank you so much for coming onto my platform. I totally appreciate it, babe.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. As I said before to you on Instagram, I like your content. So here I am.
Thank you, babe. Thank you. So let's just dive right up into this interview. First question I want to ask you, how was your experience on, well, first and foremost, I want to say congratulations for being on season 2.
Thank you.
RuPaul Drag Race Holland. So how was your experience on Drag Race for you?
It was way too short for me. I had fun the days I was there. Well, not every day, because I was also very stressing out a lot. But I'm enjoying it more now that everything is out than I was when I was on the set.
Right. Okay. So just for future Drag Race contestants and even just queens in general, or just anybody, what was the most difficult part about being on the show for you?
Well, the thing is, you go in there very confident, and you go in there thinking, I got this. You're not going in there because you're like, oh, it's fine for me if I leave on the first episode. If you do that, that's not cool. But whenever you get there and you're in front of those 10 girls, because the thing is, when you're watching it on TV, you're like, I would have done that. I would have done that. Or why aren't they doing that? Why aren't they doing that? But when you're there, you don't do that. When you're there, when you're there, it's like, okay, what the fuck? Because there's so much happening, especially on the first 2 days when we had the entrance, the talent show, the runway, the confessionals. There's so much happening. There's a crew of like 20 people. Then you have all 10 hysterical drag queens screaming and walking around. So sometimes I personally got a little bit out of my comfort zone, out of my mind, like a little bit like, what the fuck is happening? Which is not me, because I am very confident. I always say I am confident because I do think I am. I'm a performance queen, and I think confidence comes with that. But back then I was like, ooh, here we go.
Right.
The Hunger Games of drag. Yeah.
Right. So you mentioned your other sisters, you're 10 of the queens on the show. Now let's dive into that. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to bring up a queen, and you're going to give me a word or a phrase, the first thing that comes to your mind when I mention them. First queen on the list is Miss Juicy Couture.
New.
Okay. Second,
I would say new.
Is that new? Okay. Second is Miss Ivy-Elyse.
Fishy.
Miss Tabitha.
Loud.
Yeah. Vanessa Van Cartier.
Drama.
Okay. Yes.
You will see
okay.
later. You will see later, girl. You will see later in the season.
Okay. See, I can't wait to see that. So next one is
not just specifically Vanessa, but the thing is why I said drama is because Vanessa is really that. I hate the word drama queen, but she likes to be treated as a queen, She's the kind of girl that's like, ooh, hoo, hoo, you know, which I love. I love her. I love her to
Yeah.
death. But she's the kind of girl that's like, oh, that
Yeah.
spot is not clean, but I want to sit there. And I love that about her.
Yes, it's very much diva-ish, right? So
Diva. Yes, diva. That's the word. Diva.
yes. Okay. So next queen is my little pony.
Oh, talent.
You said talent?
Talent.
Oh, okay. Talent.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Miss Minaj.
Oh, Miss Minaj. Oh, crazy.
Crazy. Okay. Vivaldi.
Shady.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, girl.
Okay, we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna ask you that later. Okay, so next queen is Love My Sissy.
Powerful.
Love that. I seen a little bit of that in the last episode, which it's just, yeah, I love that. So next queen is the Countess.
Expensive.
Yes. And
Yeah.
finally, the last queen, of course, I'm going to ask you about yourself. Give something that you want the audience to know about you that they didn't see on the show.
Energetic new pop queen.
Love that. Love that. So now let's go into our subscriber questions that I have for you.
Oh,
Here we go.
excited.
Right? Okay. First question was, are you single? Yes.
God, obviously. Let's just say
been
this.
put on you.
Let's just say this. I noticed, and I hate saying this, but I'm gonna say this, but I hate it. I noticed that being called the twink trade helped with some kind of things.
Yeah.
But let's just say I am single for the internet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, so girl, you're cheating. That's cheating, girl. That's cheating. You're single for the you're single for the internet. Okay, I like that. I like that. It's very much you're not gonna say no, but you're gonna say, girl, I'm, whatever you feel like thinking about.
And also, if I was single or I was in a relationship, I think if those parts are very personal, it's also like sometimes it's about me, not about who the people that I am with. And the people that I'm with, and I'm including my friends, are my besties. They are everything. They mean everything to me. But they also are like, it's your time now. So like I like to get personal, but I want to get personal when it's just about me.
That is a perfect way to answer that question. It's almost like a work-life balance, and you want to keep
Yeah.
stuff to yourself that's personal, and you would share a lot of stuff with your fans and viewers that you would want to. So yeah, that's perfect. I love that answer, honestly. So next question was, which queen from seasons past do you most identify with? It can be from any season, any franchise, anything.
Ooh. People call me the Jen of the season, and I can see that. Okay. I love me some purple. I love me some purple fantasy.
Yeah.
Also a singer. Also music. I did musical theater for 7 years. I really like Rosé as well, which is kind of the same balance as Jen. So I would say Jen, Rosé, and Denali.
Oh, okay. Love.
Because
love
I'm a K-pop fan, and that's my reference in the entrance look, Blackpink in your area, Reggy B in your area, and she's also that kind of girl that loves Blackpink, So
yes. Love that. Okay, so next question was, I would ask her if she wasn't in the bottom two, who would she put in the bottom two this episode? Well, the last episode.
Oh God. Okay. I think outfit wise, love my sissy.
Okay.
And it's really hard to say because my outfit was disgusting. Um, but I think her outfit was a little. It already was a piece where she stepped in. She did a lot of work on it, but it looked like she stepped into a tent, glued the other part on her corset, put on a wig, and pinned the mug and walked the runway. She served, and that's the kind of girl she is. But if I have to ask, God, that's a fucking horrible question.
Yes, yes. They wanted to make it hot a little bit.
I was like, oh my God, yes, subscribers questions. Like, are you single? Would you put at the bottom?
Yes. So, love my sissy, and who else would you do?
Ivy.
Okay.
Oh, that was way too fast.
You said that for certain. Like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. So next subscriber question was, do you agree with Fred's decision that Ivy won the lip sync?
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. No.
Yeah.
When we were recording it over there, it took Fred and the crew I think 15 minutes to make a decision. Because he walked backstage and we were standing there like, what the fuck is happening? Why is he walking away? And then he came back. Then he was like, okay. And then the crew came back. Then the crew walked off again. Then the crew came back again with papers of Ivy and I faces, I think, on it. And everybody had to stripe which they wanted to stay. And it stayed 50-50. And then at some point, I think Fred just made a decision. And he told me afterwards backstage, I choose Ivy because Ivy embodied the song and you performed the song. And for a lip sync for your life, we want people to embody the song. But for me, I was thinking, should I embody the song or should I lip sync for my life because it's my second time in the bottom? Do you know what I mean?
I totally see what you're saying. And that's why I just felt like it was just kind of I'm going to get to that. We've seen your passion. I'm going to get to your passion later on, but we've seen the determination and passion in what you bring, right? So it was kind of we know that you have the embodiment, right? You know that you can bring that. So at the point I'm looking at you performing and connecting with the judges as well. And I was just the only reason why I think Fred chose that was because of the previous week prior. And I was just but
it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Right. I also think they know what's going to come next maybe. And then they're going to compare. And, at the end of the day, yes, it's a competition, but it's also a TV show.
Yes. Yeah.
But I do have to say, yes, I think I should have stayed. But I'm happier now that people are saying you should have stayed than people would have said, yes, it was okay that you went home.
Yeah. I agree. You have the fans. Pray, I wanted to see you more and you should have stayed. Yeah. Okay.
And so, now they want to see more of me.
It's true. I want to see more of you. And we're going to talk about all the work that you got coming up later on. So next question was, what was the challenge she was looking forward to the most?
The Rusical, Snatch Game, and I don't want to say any spoilers.
Okay, don't say any spoilers because I don't really watch spoilers. I'm like wait. But
let's just say this. The challenge they had to do in the finale. That's the one I would have slayed.
So next question was, ask Reggie how it feels to be so hot out of drag. Honestly, when you hear comments of your fans and the viewers listening, how does that make you feel? Does that make you feel uncomfortable or does it boost your self-esteem more?
Okay, here's the thing. Whenever somebody from a season gets called the trade of the season, they're always like, bitch, you know you look good. You know you look good.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you are pretty. You know you look good right now. You did your hair and you're like, I look good today. You know?
Yeah.
And there's a difference between confidence and arrogance.
Yes.
And I think, and I really appreciate it. And I also use my trade side, I hate the word, in my single that's coming out. There's a little slutty part in there as well. So
Okay.
I'm just embracing it. And I'm using it.
Yes, love that. So now next question was, what were your impressions walking in the workroom and when all the queens were in the workroom together the first day?
I was still confident the first day. And the thing is, I have worked with all 9 of them. The only one I haven't worked with is the Countess. We knew each other. But I know Tabitha personally. She's one of my besties on the show. I hang out with her a lot. So I knew who they were. So I also knew what they were gonna bring.
Right.
So then I was like, okay, this is a season 2. This is really a season 2. So I was more excited at when I walked into the workroom. Then I was nervous. I was getting nervous because the thing is, we hang our stuff backstage, and obviously we're like, whenever somebody's opening their suitcase, you're like, okay.
Right.
and especially for the runway that's coming for next Friday. It's a runway, so we were all like, what did you bring? And I saw all these costumes coming. I was like,
okay. You're like, okay.
Maybe I should just like bye,
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. Looking forward to that runway that you're speaking about. So last and final subscriber question was, I love you both. I bet you both look absolutely stunning, but here's my question. What was going through your mind when your heel broke? Was it panic mode or did you just still have hope? Once again, love you both. Justice for Reggie.
Oh, cute. Well, the thing was, I've been doing musical theater for 7 years now. There's always once or twice a week something goes wrong, but because I grew up and I've been studied to keep going, that's what happened over there. And I needed to keep going. And also the thing is, I felt my heel was broke. I felt my platform broke off, but I forgot about it immediately. And I think that's why I just went straight on that runway, walked left, walked right, did it again. And then they said to me, do you want to do it again? I was like, nope, I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, because it happened, and immediately, I even said it in the review. I was like, immediately, it just didn't stop it. It was like the show must go on. You could tell it was just, it was a performance, and it was a performer instinct. You know what I'm saying? Like it was natural.
Yeah, it was really. Yeah, because every time when I did musicals or theaters or dinner shows, the most terrible things happen, but it's live. And for us over there, it's also like it's live. So I just kept on going, and even they cut it out. But Fred was like, if that would have happened to me, I would have deadass cut everything out and did it again. I was like, I wanted to, but it's just not me.
Yeah. You get the raw, authentic. And it just showed how how committed of a queen and performer, you are, you know what I'm saying? So just in general, it was
Yeah,
just kind of like how you literally just, it was the only thing that came to my mind was the show must go on. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
you're gonna have to do this, and you may do what it do, you acted like it was nothing, and that's what it showed, and bravo to you
yeah.
for that.
And funny side story about that. Oh my god, it's so funny. There was one straight guy working there, and he came with nail glue to glue the platform back to the heel. I was like,
What is
nail
that?
glue doesn't even hold nails.
Right, right. Nail glue. That's so crazy. I would have been like, what? Like, but this cute. At least he
I was like, it was cute. It was really cute. But I was like, and then I asked, are you straight? He said, yeah. I was like,
there you go. There you go. Now we know.
there you
Now
go.
we know. Well, thank you for the
Yeah.
gesture, right? Now that we are done with the subscriber questions, I do have a couple more questions for you. So,
Of
you
course.
were mentioning that you are a theatrical performer. Did that help you in the process of you deciding to do drag? Was that an inspiration for you?
Definitely, definitely. I think I had a very big step ahead because of my background.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's why I'm able, because whenever I did my first gig, they were all like, where did you learn to dance, and how can you dance, and how is it possible that you're so calm on the stage? And I was like, the stage is not new for me. The
Mm.
wig and the lashes and the heels, that's new.
Yeah.
Because I I was a backup dancer for Abby, oh my god, um, from the first season. She's my drag mother.
Okay.
Um, and I did audition for Kinky Boots. Do you know Kinky Boots?
Yes, of course I know Kinky Boots. Yes, of course.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, of
I
course
did
I
an
know.
audition. I did an audition for Kinky Boots. I ended up at the last 7, but they need 6 angels. And then there was an intern. And they choose the intern because here in Holland it's more cheaper if you choose an intern. So I was like, well, if I finished an audition so far being a drag queen, because we had to do drag during the audition, what would happen if I do it myself? And then I called Abby and I was like, hey girl, this and this happened. And she was like, well, I have a show tomorrow, come to the show. And I came to a show in drag, brought my mix that I made. And the next day I had 4 bookings already.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so going back to Kinky Boots and the other musicals, what is your favorite?
Okay, Wicked.
Okay. I literally listen to it every day, by the way. Wicked, and
Oh, really?
I listen to Wicked, the soundtrack, and then I listen to Hamilton Burn specifically. Don't know why. I listen to Burn like every day. I don't know why, but that's just what it
I
is.
also from Hamilton, the Schuyler sisters.
Yeah,
It's so good.
all of it. I listen. It's just weird. I don't know why, but I listen to, and I'm not a theatrical performer. I never done it like that, but I just am gravitated towards artists like you and what you guys do because it's amazing. It's like really amazing, and I wish I had a voice. God, I wish I had a voice. But yeah, that's so dope to hear. So now let's dive into your chosen family, Miss Abby. Oh my God, and your gay family, your chosen gay family. When you got home from the show, what did they think? What did they say? Tell me their reactions, everything.
Well, I got my phone back the day after I got eliminated. So before I went home, because I had to call someone like, hey, I'm coming home. And I called my best friend. I called my best friend first, Michael, and I called him, and he knew if I would have called on a specific kind of day, because the thing is, we shot like 3 days, and then we had a day off, and then we shot 3 days. So he was literally like counting every day.
Yeah.
So I called him on that specific day, and he was like, no. I said, yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, damn bitch. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I'm going home. And the thing is, and my friends still say it up until this day, up until 2 weeks after I got home, I was not the same person.
Mm.
I was closed. The thing is, they were all here when I got back home, and I was like, I'm back, let's party. And they were all like, don't you want to talk or something? Like,
People would think
you
that.
can cry. And I was like, no, let's go. We were going out. I was going into the city. I was like, blah blah blah. I was having a drink here and there. And then at some point, my friends like, okay, listen, Reggie, this happened. Your biggest dream, your second out, and then then it all came to me. Then it all came to me, and I think I haven't slept in like 2 days after I realized what happened. Because it was such a dream for me, and I think I thought I disappointed everyone here, specifically in Amsterdam, because everybody was rooting for me so hard to be on the show because they liked my performance girl, which I wasn't able to show in those 2 episodes,
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, I'm terrified whenever the show starts, even when I posted the poster of the promo, I was like, yes, let's go. In my head, I was like, oh, it's gonna be just for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But now that everything is on TV, and my friends are the best. They've been always here for me. My mom is the best. They are my biggest support. I wouldn't have survived this without them.
That was my next question. Like, what did your biological family said about your experience on the show and what they seen and when you came home?
They're all like, my mom helped me with like bringing me to my designers, and my dad brought me to my designers. My family reacted really. I only told my mom and my dad, and the wife of my dad. My parents got divorced. That I'm on the show. I didn't tell the rest of my family because I wanted to be a surprise as well.
Yeah.
And I told I told them I'm gonna be on a vacation for a couple weeks. Didn't know I was gonna be back in 1 week. So they were all fine. But the thing is, my family and my friends and my life as a gay boy is the perfect example for how it should be. Whenever I came out, they were all like, okay, do you want some more drinks? Do you want something to eat? you know
that's a blessing. And
and I know that. I know it's like that. That's why it's also like so hard for me to hear the stories from the other girls during the show. Some of them don't even speak to their parents anymore. I'm like, do I really have it that good? Yeah, maybe, but it breaks my heart to hear those parts of people in their life.
Final question. I do want to ask you, for future queens, for people that are going to get on the show later on, years down the line, hopefully it continues and grows more in Holland. What advice would you give them for being prepared to being on the show?
First of all, don't involve too many people in your process of getting ready for the show. Because the more opinions, the more you're going to think. Also, stay true to yourself. Don't let the other shows with the queens who have a lot of money, so have bigger designers, be the example of how you should be. For example, like since season 10, I think season 10, 11, 12, and 13, I think it's more about who has a more expensive outfit than who has the most prettiest outfit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So I just hope, and of course, like I just stay true to yourself, and the most common thing, enjoy.
Yeah, totally
enjoy.
Yeah, great words for future queens. Great words for just individuals in general, just living everyday life. Just not trying to look at the things that shine aren't always gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just kind of
and it's also because nowadays, like, drag queens are basically celebrities, and they make a lot of money. They have collaborations with huge companies, which brings them to making them a lot of money. but just because um, they are the most common on your Instagram story or whatever, isn't the example of how drag should be. There are so many ways you can do drag. If you're a bio queen, if you're a trans girl, if you're a bearded lady, be do drag the way you want to do. It's not just drag queen, it's a drag art.
There you go. Perfect way. Perfect way to end that. That is honestly amazing. And I'm sure a lot of the people that are watching will appreciate that answer, because it can really hit home for everyone that is watching. So thank you for that. And now let's dive into you, your art, putting stuff into fruition. I'm big on that, making things happen, and obviously stuff that you got going on now and that you will have going on later. So,
yes.
first things first, what do you have going on now? Let's do what's going on for you, dropping tomorrow, you guys. So,
oh my God, dropping tomorrow. Yeah, on Friday 20. Because when are you?
Actually, it's dropping today. It's actually out now. It's actually out
it's
right
out
now. It's out
it's
now.
Out now. Yes, my first single, Petty, is out now on Spotify. I did a little part in the talent show, but they cut that awfully. I hated the way they edited that part. I don't want to be the kind of queen that's like blaming the edit, but I'm gonna blame the edit.
Right.
But we finished the song like a week ago, and I am so happy with it. I'm so happy with it. I wanted a gay drag song that can be played on the radio for everybody.
Okay.
And that's what I made. It's shady, it's funny, it's sexy, it's dancey, it has a beat, but it ends in a totally different kind of beat. Yeah, I'm really happy with the song.
With that being said, what you're releasing today, and as well as what you want to do later on down the line, your career, your drag, you as a person, as a performer, even out of drag, what do you want to put out there in the world to accomplish?
Well, I really look up to someone like Todrick Hall and Lil Nas, for example, the openly gay male that's embodying also the feminine side, and being. I want to do that as well. So I want to make my own music where I inspire people to just throw their middle fingers in the air and dance. Just to it's very common to say, just be yourself, blah, 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 blah. But of course you need to be yourself, but you also need to enjoy yourself. And whenever people are saying like, a pop song needs to be an Ariana or a Lady Gaga or a whatever, I'm dreaming big. Like I want to be that kind of girl, boy, whatever, that's making a song and that's making somebody happy. So I'm going to make more songs. I want to work on television things. I want to be hosting something. I also want to be, on social media platforms. I just love people to entertain people. I really love entertaining people.
Okay. That's perfect. So, you guys, I'm going to list all of her social medias down in the description box below. So make sure you guys go check that out. Also a link to where you can listen to the new track that's out. I'm going to make sure you guys going to push that link because it's going to be hot and it's going to be amazing. And as well as thank you so much for coming on, because it really allowed viewers to really get into your personality more, into how funny you are, into depth of how an amazing performer, ultimately a performer you are, because that's what you are. And what I loved about you this season, from what I've seen, even though it was short-lived, was that you have the passion, you have the drive, you have the eager and the the power to just literally like, this is me, I'm going to bring it to you, and I have a lot more to give, and I cannot wait for the girls to see what the fuck you're going to bring, because you got it. You got a star quality and you're going to do it. And if you guys want to book her in the US, definitely book her. She's a performer, clearly. And anywhere else that you want to get booked, you guys definitely book this amazing queen. I really hope I hope everything that you want to happen does come true for you and comes into fruition.
Thank you.
Because you are a talented, just professional queen. If we didn't know from the heel breaking, we know now for sure. Like, you keep the show must go on, and that's what performers do. And thank you for being such a performer and an amazing, beautiful queen, babe.
Thank you so much. Oh, that's really kind. That's really kind. Thank you so much. And thank you for the opportunity to let us girls talk more about themselves. It's really kind that you do that and let us have our moment and talk about who we are out of the show.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Again, thank you so much for coming on, babe. Sending nothing but love. Mwah. Bye, babes.
Thank you, baby. Bye.
Bye. Okay, you guys, so that is the end of this interview with Miss Reggy B. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys really got into depth of how these queens are more than just Drag Race. They are literally real life performers doing things that doesn't consist of always being in drag, but also wanting to see where their lives are going to take them further on their career after Drag Race. So this is honestly amazing. I love having these interviews, sitting down with these queens, and I just really hope the best for these queens, these performers, because you know, we got to support our communities. We got to support the communities that we're in, you know, and just showing all the love that we can, especially for these queens that don't get as much exposure as the US queens, because I think it's well deserving, and I think it's needed for these queens to get as much spotlight and as much exposure as possible, because their talent isn't under anybody else's talent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that I had her on, as well as I'm happy that I had every other queen on my channel. Also, again, shout outs to my new Patreon members. Love you guys so much. It allows me to really deep dive into my YouTube channel to create even more and better content, which the content is unedited, full reactions, and full video of the show from Drag Race US, Drag Race Holland, and coming up, Drag Race UK. So make sure you're following my Patreon, because if you aren't, you're only getting half of the story, you guys. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, like, comment, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you know exactly when I upload. And like always, you guys, life is your vision. It is whatever you make it, as long as you make it freaking fabulous. Until the next one, you guys. Bye.